Join me as I dive deep into Paris Hilton's emotional journey, and try to uncover the real drama behind her wild, chaotic, and unforgettable experiences of the 2000s. Her new documentary is shaking things up, giving fans and critics a raw, unfiltered look at the real Paris Hilton, far beyond the sparkles, paparazzi flashes, and tabloid headlines. Get ready, because this time, Paris is telling her story in her own words, and it's nothing like you've heard before. For so long, Paris Hilton was viewed through a manufactured lens. In the early 2000s, she was everywhere on magazine covers, reality TV, party photos, and endless gossip columns. But behind that constant media presence was a young woman grappling with pressures few could truly understand. The documentary takes us back to that era, and reveals just how intense and exhausting her rise to fame really was. Paris's fame didn't come with a handbook. Overnight, she became one of the most recognizable faces on the planet, and every move she made was tracked, judged, and magnified. Instead of being seen as a multidimensional person, the media painted her into a single role, the carefree, privileged socialite with a glamorous lifestyle. But as Paris explains, that persona was only a fraction of who she truly was. Maintaining that image, day after day, became emotionally draining. It felt like she had to perform constantly, even when the cameras turned off. Over time, the pressure to live up to this character began to blur her sense of self. Throughout the documentary, Paris is brutally honest about the emotional, mental, and social toll that era took on her. She reveals how fame often isolated her instead of uplifting her. With people constantly projecting expectations and assumptions onto her, she struggled to hold on to her true identity. Despite being surrounded by crowds, friends, and fans, she felt more alone than ever. The documentary takes these themes and weaves them through her story, adding layers that many people never knew existed beneath her polished facade. Paris also opens up about her past relationships, both romantic and platonic, and how deeply they shaped her life. She talks about the difficulty of forming genuine connections when you're always on display, never sure who's being real with you, and who's just there for the spotlight. These moments offer a glimpse into the emotional walls she built to protect herself, and the vulnerability she rarely showed in public. Each relationship, she explains, left a mark, teaching her lessons about trust, loyalty, and self-worth. For the first time, we see how the chaos of her rising fame intertwined with her personal life in ways that were often painful and confusing. One of the most powerful and heartbreaking scenes in the documentary is when Paris breaks down while opening up about her loneliness. It's a rare moment where the public persona completely falls away. There are no cameras she's performing for, just honest emotion. She talks about the nights she would go home after glamorous events and feel completely empty, questioning who she really was beneath the image that the world consumed. This raw confession is one of the turning points in the film, showing a side of Paris that the public was never allowed to see during the height of her fame. It reminds us that behind every celebrity headline is a human being with very real struggles. The documentary captures Paris's evolution not just as a celebrity, but as a woman who has survived intense scrutiny, emotional trauma, and years of being misunderstood. Her story is ultimately one of resilience. She takes us through the pain she endured, the lessons she learned, and the strength she gained from rebuilding herself piece by piece. Over time, she discovered new sides of herself: creative, entrepreneurial, compassionate, that were overshadowed during her 2000s media persona. Today, we see a Paris Hilton who stands firmly in her truth, no longer hiding behind a character. By the end of the film, we walk away with a deeper understanding of her journey. It's not just the story of a celebrity, it's the story of a woman who faced adversity, battled for her identity, and emerged stronger than ever. Her experience challenges us to reflect on the power of labels, the impact of public perception, and the resilience it takes to reclaim your narrative. If you're as fascinated as I am by untold celebrity stories and powerful journeys of growth, make sure to check out my other videos. And don't forget to drop your thoughts about Paris's documentary in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about this unexpected and emotional side of her story.